Hello, this is Scott Studham, the Chief Information Officer at the University of Tennessee. I just presented the following slides at the University of Tennessee's Board of Trustees meeting and wanted to share them with you. I'm going to talk about two new systems that we've rolled out recently. The first one is the statewide student information system. This is a new student system that will allow us to track our students from matriculation to graduation. The technology we're using is Banner by SunGard, and it's really the center of all student services and infrastructure that allows us to integrate in with other systems as well. This is a multi-year project. University of Tennessee at Martin has deployed this in 1998. Health Science Center, UT Chattanooga, and UTK have just recently come online with this. It really does bring in a modern age of electronic workflow, and it's been brought to you by focused effort by the entire system and every campus, leadership, chancellors, the registrar. It's a really large project we're excited about. We'll let Monique Anderson, the registrar at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, tell you a little bit more about it.
The system will now enforce prerequisite checking for students. Students cannot anymore enroll in a course if they do not have the proper background or the proper courses completed with passing grades. And this should help departments across the campus significantly, because many departments check those prerequisites by hand, and that's time consuming, and often students are taking up slots in courses for which other students are eligible. And the other thing that I'm thinking will happen is that over time students will progress to degrees better in a more timely way, because they will actually enroll in courses that they're eligible for. They won't have to repeat the courses because they didn't have the background, and they won't have to drop the courses. And so over time, this should help departments and deans plan their courses for the year more efficiently and effectively.
One of the things we're excited about in the system is students can log in and search for classes. So as they search for classes, they can actually search for them based on different types of classes. So let's say I want to find any class or any subject, but it has to meet the general education requirements, and let's say in social sciences on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So instead of, I used to have to go through the entire course catalog and look at each class one at a time, now I can find all the classes that meet the requirements. We believe this will actually make better efficient use of our class spaces, and hopefully in the long run improve our graduation rate and student throughput. The next major system we have coming online is the new research information system. This system is live and operational at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. It's actually up in test environments for the other campuses right now, where we're validating the research information data there. It should be operational over the next year. We want to recognize and thank the chancellors and the research officers for their patience as we built and deployed this system. The system's based on a framework from North Carolina, and it actually addresses a couple different areas of improvement for the University of Tennessee. First one is that research is a really important part of the university, but our process for getting research proposals out of the university has been rather inefficient. Our principal investigators, or some of our lead research faculty, have had to walk proposals around to get different people's signature on them. We've now implemented an electronic workflow. Second one is we've given visibility into what proposals are going in and out of the organization. This helps management as well as other researchers find people that they can collaborate with. Finally, better reporting tools will allow us as an organization to see which agencies we're receiving increased funding from or decreased funding from, so we can put our limited resources into those targeted areas. I'm going to ask the Interim Vice Chancellor for Research at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, to give you his impressions on this tool.
Through my experience as a UT faculty member, the Associate Dean for the College of Engineering, and currently as the Interim Vice Chancellor at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, the PAMS reporting function will make research efforts on campus transparent. All UT personnel will have access to the proposal and award information of their colleagues in different departments, and hopefully this will increase interdisciplinary research across the campus. Right on the desktop, all the faculty members are going to have access to not only their own awards throughout the history that they've been here at UT, but also of all their colleagues. So where before you weren't really sure what activities your colleagues were involved in, you can now go to the system, run reports on those faculty members and see what they're doing. then hopefully by understanding what type of research they're doing, you can see how you might team with them in the future. In the old COIA system, yellow sheets, which were paper documents, had to be routed between all the senior PIs, all the department heads, and all the deans of the colleges. Because faculty members were putting their time onto a proposal, they had to have permission from their deans and department heads to do that. So everybody had to sign this piece of paper that had to be routed across the campus. In the new TerraPAM system, that's all done electronically. So a department head or a dean will just get an email alert that they have to go online and sign this piece of paper. And then the documents are transferred to the Office of Research. So there's no more hand-carrying documents throughout the campus. And this should save us between hours to days on every research proposal that's going to be processed by the university.
As I log into the TerraPAM system here at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, I can log in and see proposals that are actually in flight at the university. There are 70 proposals right now where we have principal investigators working on them, and they haven't yet submitted them to their department for review or approval. There are 8 proposals that are actually at the department being reviewed and being signed off on, 35 that are in the Office of Research. We've had 1,330 proposals approved through this process. And the great thing is you can click on them and see any ones that are actually under these numbers. So I can click here and see 70, and here are the 70 proposals. These are proposals that are being worked on in our environment to submit to the federal government or the state agency or some funding agency. Likewise, I can go in and see which ones we've received awards on. So here are proposals where we've actually seen money coming into the university. And likewise, I can click here and see the money that started to flow into the university through this system. So the registrar and I provided information about the new student information system and how we hope it will bring efficiencies to our student life cycle over time. The Vice Chancellor for Research and I tried to communicate the information that we'll be able to glean from the new research information system and how its new electronic workflow process will drive efficiencies over time. We've always had a solid finance information system at the University of Tennessee. As we look to the future and we start using these 2 new systems and marrying the data with the finance system, we believe we'll be able to have more timely, accurate, and consistent information provided from the University of Tennessee as to how do these different parts of our business interrelate with each other. So as we start seeing more students come in, what's that impact on our finance? As we start seeing more research come in, how does that impact finance? And as professors work in teaching or as they teach in research, where are we seeing more or less costs coming into the university? We're doing this with increased security and focus on making sure the right information and the right data is available only to the right individuals. As we've been doing these major projects, we've also been focusing on making sure we maintain an efficient and effective IT structure. A lot of work's gone on across the campuses thanks to the chief business officers and the chancellors and the campus chief information officers to make sure we maintain appropriate central IT costs. We've seen a roughly 10% decrease in central IT expenditures despite of these major new IT efforts and an increase in enrollment. This has been done by working on achieving consensus on a statewide IT vision and working with each campus to make sure we have common technology objectives. The campuses are now providing structured input to central IT expenditures to make sure they own what is being done with the central IT resources. We've also received exceptionally strong support from the Executive Vice President to make sure we maintain a methodical, strategic, and deliberate approach to information technology at the University of Tennessee. Finally, major new systems are coming online. It is an exciting time for the University of Tennessee. The systems will provide us the ability to integrate with the new systems as well as other systems. We focused on a method of continuous improvement to maintain costs while doing the right thing, setting a statewide direction. Thank you very much for your time.